Hello and welcome again to MJTV. I am your host Matthew James, and I just want to spend a few minutes talking about seances and everything that is positive and bright and spiritual that is associated with seances and the word seance. Because over the years, seances have been associated with things that are considered evil, devilish, dark magic. You summon demons, you invoke these spirits. Um, Basically, what you're doing is you're doing this satanic worship. I just want to destroy that myth once and for all. It's a load of absolute hogwash. The word seance, quite simply, comes from the French word séance, which means seat or session, or from the old French word séjour, which means to sit. And it actually is used to specifically describe a meeting of people to receive spiritualist messages. Um, I think from memory, the first recorded seance was in England in about 1845. Um, Now, it's also a word that refers to use for meetings generally. It is not dark magic, it is basically mediumship. Science is a form of mediumship, and it's one in which one or more people communicate with entities from another frequency, what we call the spirit world and spirits. A seance is a sitting where mediums, clairvoyants sit together to communicate with spirits. Spirits are departed grandmothers, grandfathers, mothers, fathers, brothers, sons, lost friends, lost family. The most popular and traditional form of seance is sitting around a table, usually a circular table, and basically everybody's hands are placed on the table like that. So everybody's little fingers are touching, so it completes a circuit right round the round table. So there is an energy that is being created that is passed from one person to the other. And the idea is that each person is not an individual in a seance. They are a whole, they are a collective, and they are working towards a common good and a common goal, which is the intention of reaching out there and bringing the energy in, to communicate. And it's a collective energy, and a collective energy is always stronger than a singular. Effectively, it's an egregore that is being created. It's a term that means it is a collective thought form, it's a collective intention, and that egregore type energy is being sent and beamed out to the spirit world, and it is a stronger signal than an individual person. And the idea then is that an energy is generated around the circle through each person, and a communication takes place. Now, the communications can be physical mediumship, where one person in the circle has a manifestation or a transfiguration on their face, where a spirit is actually seen and mist forms. And transfiguration is where an ectoplasmic like mist forms on their face, and an entity is able to slide in and make itself known to members of the circle who may recognize that spirit on that person's face. There can also be a direct voice that everybody in the room hears, or there can be clairaudience that is received individually with each person. There's also the phenomena known as table tappings. You can get a whole range of different noises. You can get kicks, bangs, whatever the manifestation. It's still physical mediumship, and it is generally created during a seance. There is also a phenomena where everybody is holding the table, and the energy is such that the table does actually move of its own accord. It's called table tipping. And that is another of the phenomena that is associated with a seance. And there's been various experiments over the years with what's called spirit bells, where you can have a set of bells dangling directly above the table, and you request the spirits that when they come in, that they actually make those spirit bells ring. And believe me, I have been doing or been involved in seances for many years, and some of the phenomena that is experienced is absolutely incredible. Um, the recent seance that was done here, there was a group of about 10 of 11 of us round a very heavy glass table. Now there's no way that that glass table can move of its own accord. If any pressure is put on it, it tilts. It does not move, it does not slide sideways. Every one of us felt that table vibrate, and every one of us felt that table flow as if it was a liquid. And that was actually on request when I actually asked a presence to let itself be known to us. We also had phenomena where we had meditation music playing in the background, and I had about 4 hours of music on the iPod, and there was no reason for it to stop. And after about half an hour, the music just stopped. Just stopped inexplicably. We hadn't had power cuts, nothing, there was no reason for it. But surprise, surprise, the video, the iPod stopped. It just stopped of its own accord. Um, we also had a one of our young mediums who began to transfigure, and we all could clearly see that on one side of his face there was a mist and there was a girl's face beginning to form. This side of his face, the left hand side of his face was still himself, but on the right hand side there was clearly a mist forming, and all his face began to puff up. And when I talked him through the scenario with the transfiguration of the physical mediumship, we were able to determine that there was we determined the girl's name, and there was two members of the circle who could place this girl, this particular girl. I then encouraged the spirit to come through our young medium, and all the information that he divulged, that he was able to process and communicate with our two friends, was 100% accurate. There was information, personal information there that nobody knew of our two friends in the circle. So that was validated. We also had another medium of ours who channeled a lost soul called Sam. And considering our channeling medium was a female, not surprisingly, we all know when the man's voice came out of the vocal cord, and it was an Irish accent. And our friend, believe me, is not Irish, and our friend cannot put on a male's voice. That was another incredible phenomenon that we actually experienced. And then also, I had the phenomenon that lost a close friend of mine, probably about 20, 25 years ago, died. And about 10, 15 years ago, we established the means of communication through rapping on walls. I'd not heard Guy communicate with me in that way for many a year, and two or three of the members of the circle began to describe this gentleman that I knew was Guy. So I just basically screamed out to Guy, "Okay, Guy, do your stuff. Give us something that you hear. I want to hear the tapping on the wall." And I said I wanted two taps, and we got one, two, clear